negative emotions, these negative reactions? Where are you attaching yourself addictively to things, or even codependency? So this devil card, or in this deck, the or lobelia, which surprisingly lobelia is a really good herbal alternative to help people cut addictions. So
it could be even addiction to drama.
yeah, so on the negative side, there's this devil shadow aspect. On the positive side, we're looking at this lobelia, or this ability to cut the addiction. And then underneath this, so where these addictive tendencies or these negative shadow aspects may be blocking us, underneath this we get the Three of Cups, which is like a celebration card, a coming together, and like we're cheersing to some new business venture, new partnership, a vacation we're going on. And we've got Trillium, which is a beautiful spring flower. Yes, with the honeymoon. And then all the way underneath that is again the King of Swords. And the herb is St. John's wort, which is a very good herbal remedy for stress and depression. So this King of Swords, is this righteous place of being within the self, the ability to speak your truth, the ability to communicate wholly, and then feel confident within yourself. So this pan or devil energy is blocking this abundance emotionally in the Three of Cups, and then this ability to communicate openly. So that is something they are advising us to work on. And the clarifier I get with this is a play card that is upside down. And I think there's two sides of this coin. It's saying, where are you playing with addictions, with codependency, with toxic thoughts that is getting you in trouble? And then the other side of this is, where are you not allowing your inner child to play because you've chained yourself to burdens, responsibility, ideals, and you're not really letting that inner child come out and play from an authentic space that disconnects you from that negative devil or pan energy, and reconnects you on the lover side of that, where you're in love and light. And then the third tarot I drew for this one is the Strength card. And the herb they offer with this is cayenne, which is interesting because it's almost to me like the ability to burn away,
You mentioned that.
to have the strength, to burn away, anything going on that we're connecting ourselves with within the lobelia or pan. And the clarifier I get is flourish, which is upside down. So to be able to flourish, we have to have the strength to burn away the addictions within what the devil card is asking us to look at in our life. Where are we connecting to that temptation energy within addiction? I really get a lot of addiction with that. And I'm not just talking about addiction to substances, but addiction to codependency, relationships, even on the spectrum of optimism. If we're in the illusion of we're so optimistic that we're not being realistic, that's kind of addiction. Or on the other side, if we're addicted to pessimism, then we're not allowing any of the good things to come in. So then the advice for this that I get within the animal deck is I get the butterfly upside down. So they're definitely suggesting that we are still resisting the transformation, or we are in process of the transformation. In the upside down, I see that as it could be we are still working on this to flip it, and some of us might be resisting it. And then the medicine I get is clematis, which is for being absent-minded, daydreaming, inattentive, clumsy, and it's to help us be focused, interested, creative, and grounded.
I need lots of that. Okay. All right, and then I just have two cards to kind of sum up my reading. I have the Daughter of Wands, which is kind of like the Page of Wands. So it's knowing, so I have over here on the feminine side, this is from Spirit, so kind of going off of what April was talking about, doing the upper realm. I have, it's like an infinity sigil. So it's we're closing out these old karmic cycles from emotionally, so that we can start to create from a new space. But again, there's this like the Knight of Cups. It's this feeling of being a little bit of a novice as we're creating. So Spirit, I feel like, is saying, okay, right now isn't really a time to take a whole lot. It's thinking about what we can give, and even if we can only create at this level, like being able to utilize what is available for you and being grateful for that, but also being able to know that you're starting something new. I got the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is about this emotional dissatisfaction. You can even see in this horse, like his head is sunk low. In a traditional tarot deck, it's like you have 3 cups still sitting here, but 2 of them are tipped over. And are you going to look at the 2 that are tipped over, or are you going to look at the 2 that are full? So Spirit is saying, try and not settle in those spaces of feeling discontent with what you might have, but looking at what you do have and knowing that the universe is infinite. There's always the ability to create, but knowing that, just keep it in mind that you're coming and you're starting something new. You have the history of everything that you've done in the past. Take that with you, but allow yourself, don't look at how the past has emotionally defeated you. Look at it from a Sagittarius perspective of, this is what I learned. I might not want to do that again, but this is what I learned, and this is how I can utilize it in a positive way going forward.
Okay. And then I have, so when I offered the medicine, so these are in form of Bach flower remedies or just flower remedies. They look like this. This is the willow. I use this in a lot of things, but I did use it in the heart purification kit. So from these flower essences, there's some advice with them. So the first one, willow, forgiveness says, always forgive your enemies, nothing annoys them so much. And humor is the affectionate communication of insight. Okay? And then the vine, the one that was for a tyrannical behavior, the advice is, compassion brings us to a stop. And for a moment, we raise above ourselves. Oh wow, we raise above ourselves. Interesting, okay.
Well, we shift into our higher self.
Yes. And then peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Ooh, that's good advice there. So that, again, is for that subconscious realm, those things that, are kind of hidden from us and what probably being revealed now that we're working on releasing. In the middle realm, we had crabapple as our remedy for self-loathing, and the advice is, put your future in good hands, your own. It is not the mountains we conquer, but ourselves. And lastly, self-love is the basis of all love, which is part of that heart purification kit again. That all starts with the self first. And then for the upper realm, that clematis and that inattentive or daydreaming, the advice is, visualization is daydreaming with a purpose, and clarity affords focus. And the last card I will talk about is the overall advice from Spirit, Universe, or God. And again, this is the same as last week. Same advice is the smoky mirror, which we talked about this being like you're looking in a mirror and there's a fog between you and the mirror. And then as we move through this Mercury retrograde, that fog starts to pull away. And it's asking us to be honest with ourselves about what we're not willing to see, what maybe not even what we're not, like some people might be, they're not willing to see it, and other people are like, I want to see it, but it's not clear yet. So the smoky mirror is, and I just feel like this really goes along with the Mercury retrograde, that this is going to continue to be revealed, and they're wanting us to focus, even if you can't see, like keep focusing, keep working through it, and we'll get there. We'll get that realization or that reveal that we're looking for to help, again, coming back to the very beginning, is coming back to being able to connect with our dreams, what we want.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I thank you. I don't really have anything else to add.
I guess the only other thing I have to add is the flower remedies. Again, willow is one of my favorite ones to work with to release bitterness or anything. And the essential oils I've been working with today is rosemary for focus, and then again the joy essential oil is going to help purify that heart if we're still working through forgiveness with those subconscious realms of releasing.
All right, well, I hope you flow through the energy this week at your very best, and that's all I have, so namaste.
Namaste.